Hello, hello. Whiskey Cactus here. We are back with more Trails in the Sky the Third. Okay, so I need to open my, my thing where I'm keeping track of the doors. We've done Star Door 1 and 3, and we did Moon Door 1, Part 1. And we did Sun Door 1. Okay. Let's boot this up. What do we have as doors go? We have Moon Door 1, 2, and 3. We have this one is Shara, which we don't have yet. Brings me the Darling of Pure White Radiance and proof of her scholarship. So we have Chloe, but we don't have proof of Chloe's scholarship. So that's something we need to do. Sun Doors. Sun Door 1, we tried that. Sun Door 2, we don't have Estelle. Sun Door 3, we do have Zin. So that's something we can potentially try. Star Doors. We did 1 and 3. 2, we need 100 battles. I don't know if we, find that out. I don't know when we know we've done that. But we can try going there and seeing if we have it. And then Star Door 4 is also Zin. So we can definitely do that one. So I feel like let's do Star Door 4. So we need to... Oops, this one. Swap you out for Zin for now. That's fine. And then let's go... let's go do Star Door 4. Let's try that. Then I'll get my other team back together, and then we'll try Star Door 2. I don't know if I need to fight anything, you know what I mean? So we'll just give it a shot. Bring to me the man who talks with his fists. Only then shall the door open. In we go. Go on in, Zin. Have a party. Have yourself a party. This feels like a good way to do this game. Is like the start of every stream, we start with doors. And then after we do a few doors, we do some progress. Because one of my biggest frustrations with this game was getting stuck in long fucking scenes because I didn't know how long some of these door scenes were. And I would be trying to wrap up a play session, and I would go into a door and I'd be stuck in a 45-minute cutscene or something. So I think starting with doors is a good way to ensure that we have plenty of time to accommodate them, and then we should be fine, because we can stop progress at any point, because we can save anywhere. So if I look at my list here, this is Star Door 4. This one, from what I can tell, is like a 20-ish minute process. So here we go. Let's do it. Jump on in. What do we got? Zin and Elnan. Hanging out in the Grancel Bracer Guild. I see, I sort of expected it would only be a matter of time before you return to the Republic. Your mind is made up then? Afraid so. Made the guys over there take care of everything without me long enough. Call it an A-rank bracer's duty to his peers and society, I guess. Well, I suppose when you put it that way, I do wish you would stay here a while longer, but if that is your decision, I'll respect it. So when are you planning on returning? Well, there's no point in lingering here any longer than I have to now that I've made up my mind to leave. So honestly, I was thinking about tomorrow. I think I could ask you to arrange a ticket to Calvard for me. Well, certainly. Are you not planning to go and visit Kilika first, though? I would have thought you'd want to. That was part of the original plan. But she wouldn't have any of it. Oh, dear. Surprise, surprise. Her stance was, if you're going to waste time coming to see me, use it to go back to Calvard earlier and get some work done. Wow, tell me how you really feel, Kilika. Very well, then. Doesn't sound like a position you'll be able to talk her out of. It's no big deal, though. I mean, it's not like we'll never see each other again. Well, we'll never see Zin again, so... I'm actually very interested, because Daybreak is very soon. It's, beginning of July, I think? So, from my understanding, now I don't know what happens in Daybreak 1, but I know that within the Daybreak arc, because we're in Calvard, there is going to feature characters from the Calvard side of things, and I know Zin does make a return in some capacity. I don't know in what capacity. I don't know about Kilika. I feel like that would be a very interesting thing. So I'm not sure there's anything in Zemuria that could keep you two apart forever. Also, Valter would be really cool to see again, because we have no idea what the hell happened with him. And then, of course, there's characters from future games that I hope will make a return, namely some stuff going on in Crossbell. Regardless, I won't keep you any longer, so that's one ticket to Calvard for tomorrow coming right up. Well, guess there's an emergency. Guess you can't go to Calvard. Guess you're staying here. Although, he could have gotten sucked into Phantasma from Calvard, because certain people were in Erebonia and Crossbell. Yes. He's here as we speak, actually. Uh-oh. Someone's ears were burning. It's Ambassador Cochrane at the Calvardian Embassy. She'd like to invite you on a hot springs trip. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Ooh. On a hot springs trip. 2 days later. Well, hello there, Kilika. This place sure brings back memories. The atmosphere is so relaxing. It certainly is. Maybe because it feels so similar to our hometown. Still, Ambassador Cochrane had me going for a while. When I first heard about this whole trip, I thought it was going to be the two of us out here. Oh my, you look almost disappointed that it isn't. I'd be happy to take my leave if I'm getting in the way of your dream date with her. I don't think that's what's happening here, Kilika. I'm good, thanks. She's not someone I've ever seen as a potential partner. Besides, it's you she wants to talk to, not me. This meeting might as well not be happening if you're not here. Never takes much to put you on the defensive, does it? She got you. She fucking got you. Is it beyond you to just play along a little? You just can't help but mess with people, can you? With you in charge of the Zeiss Guild, I'm amazed it still has any bracers left. Correction, I can't help but mess with you. I don't do this with anyone else. Would you be happy if that were true? Hell no. You've arrived. I thought I heard some noise out here. Well, there she is. Been waiting for you. Hey, Ambassador. Thank you for inviting us here today. Something the matter's in. You seem oddly flustered. You did this on purpose, Ambassador. Me, I'm just fine. You're imagining things. Who could blame him, Ambassador? After all, he's a man on a hot springs trip with two beautiful women. It's hardly a recipe for a calm and composed mind, is it? Knock it off, Kilika. Suppose not. If I were a little younger, I doubt I would be able to keep my hands off him myself. Oh, my. Oh my. Suppose that's enough joking around. We should get our dinner. Mrs. Mao is going to be making tonight's food herself, by the sounds of it. Serious discussion can wait until after that. Sounds fantastic. Alright, what serious discussion do we have going on here? Got some serious discussion, huh? So there's going to be a new intelligence agency set up in Calvard, huh? I feel like this is something I'm going to want to take notes on, because this feels like it's going to be relevant to Daybreak. That's right. It's going to be known as the Rocksmith Agency. Rocksmith. Huh. Okay. Alright, let's just keep that in the back of my mind there. It's going to be an organization that answers directly to the president. Okay, so that's not a secret. Alright, cool. Really, no. I see. Presume that is so that Parliament can't have any influence over its operations. Correct. Perhaps this new agency's biggest advantage is that it's separate from all those issues and vices. The last thing we need is an organization like this, suffering from Parliament's failures to make prompt decisions or general ineptitude. Or being run in the same opaque and shady manner by a privileged few. So better to be run in an opaque and shady manner by the guy in charge of the country. Does sound like a good idea, I'll admit. We're never going to be able to compare it to the Empire's intelligence division or Liberal's old one, if Parliament's at all involved. Quite. It's already difficult enough to get anything done in a nation with such a lack of unity. I guess that's just the fate of countries that take in immigrants by the truckload, though. No, honestly, I think the thing that surprises me the most is that the president's actually being proactive for once. It's always struck me as a real conservative type, so this isn't the kind of thing I thought he'd go for. That said, given the state of the Republic right now, it's hardly surprising that he would choose to act this way. Outside the country, we've got the threat of a rapidly expanding Erebonian Empire, while within, we have terrorists and extremists. Alright, interesting stuff. To make matters worse, we have the enigmatic society on the loose. Evidently something has to be done, and I think he knows that as well as anyone. Indeed. The times ahead of us, we're going to need to be able to respond flexibly to a variety of new and unforeseen threats, alright? I think my introduction to the matter has gone on long enough. It's about time I get to the point. That's something you need to specifically talk to Kilika about, right? So what position in the agency are you here to offer me? Oh, yeah. What? I love a sharp mind, Kilika. Your instincts are, of course, dead on. We think your talents would make you perfectly suited to joining the agency and are eager for you to be a part of it. That's why you'll be offered a position of Division Chief, should you decide to join. And that's something President Rocksmith has proposed himself. Wow. What led you to being the one to bring this to Kilika anyway? Fair question, I suppose. Ordinarily, this would be a scout's work, but I've known the president on a personal level for quite some time now, so he took it upon himself to ask me to come to you personally. Makes sense. What's his reason for wanting me? Surely you know that without asking, or do you want to hear it said anyway? I'd like to hear it said. That'd be nice. Naturally, your masterclass Taito skills are one reason for you being selected by the president. But above all, he wants you for the exceptional analytical and information handling abilities you've shown in your position in the guild. Those are just what the new agency is going to require if it's to succeed. Well, I can't say this doesn't make sense. Can't say this doesn't all make sense to me. I'm more dumbfounded that you'd up an attempt to steal a capable member of the guild right in front of an active bracer like this. That takes some nerve. Well, I do think rather highly of... Alright, I can read. Take 2. Well, I do think rather highly of you. I thought you would be able to meditate. To mediate. I swear I can read. I really can. I thought you would be able to mediate without letting such trivial matters cloud your judgment. Still, what do you think, Kilika? I'm not asking for an answer immediately, but I would like to know what's going through your head, or through your mind. Well, it's certainly an interesting proposal. At the same time, I'm not sure I have any reason to accept it. But you have no reason to refuse it either. Am I right? Well... It's rare that you find it difficult to make quick judgments, but with such a big decision to make, I can't very well fault you. I won't rush you. Take a night to think long and hard about it. It was so you could do that. It was so you could do so that I booked a room here tonight. I'll ask you for your answer again tomorrow. I'm looking forward to hearing it. Of course. One more thing before I depart. If you ask me, remaining in your position as a simple guild receptionist just isn't going to let you use your abilities to their fullest. Well, pleasant night to you both. You're out rather fast. Have you finished in the bath already? Fast? Seriously? I was in there for an hour. Oh. Man, it's not often I see you looking this deep in thought. Suppose you don't. I feel like I'm one step away from making a decision, but just need one last push to take it. Oh, right. Still, being here like this with you really takes me back. Hard to believe it's been 6 years now since Master Ryuga's passing. Sounds like you went on a hell of a journey between then and joining the guild, too. You could say that. Going on a journey makes it sound like something I did deliberately, though. In reality, I wasn't quite as organized as that. Simply drifted from place to place before ending up being drawn to one point where I settled. Much in the way a leaf that fell from a tree ends up floating down the river. You able to find that answer you mentioned a while back? No, I still haven't. Still, I do feel as though I've found a conclusion of sorts. What's that supposed to mean? Seizin, why do you think I chose to take on a non-combat position like guild receptionist to begin with? Pacifism? Because you didn't want to follow the same path as idiots like me and Walter. I wouldn't follow us either if I were in your shoes. Not quite, although I'm not going to deny that the two of you are idiots. Hey, that was the one part I did want you to deny. Wanted to find out the meaning of the living fist ideology my father advocated. Still believe that being able to better oneself through combat, while your opponent does the same, is a good thing in itself. As a warrior, it's probably close to the ideal way. Still, I couldn't help but wonder why the ideology had to be based around the premise of fighting. Can certainly understand the significance of living and dying as a warrior. I can also understand how one who lived that way would have no regrets when the time to pass away came. Nothing has changed within me in that regard since the days we trained together. Yet with Father dead and Walter gone, I couldn't help but wonder whether there was some way to make use of the living fist without having to fight. So I started roaming the continent in search of one, and as I roamed, I found myself face to face with countless conflicts and acts of violence. I felt powerless every time I did. That was how I came to encounter Liberal's Guild. They had arrived to quell one of those conflicts. Something about their ideology, putting the safety of civilians over all else, made me feel that perhaps working under them may give me my answer. So that was what led me to start working for the guild. But even then, I wasn't able to run away from fighting completely. The nature of humanity means that as long as we exist, conflict will never cease. Instead, what's important is not blindly preaching idealism, but preaching ideals while keeping a firm eye on the reality of how to quell conflict. That's a lot of words to say basically nothing. Master Ryuga's words have never left me. Nor have they left me. But all the same, I've been looking away from reality all this time. Come on now. You know full well that's not actually true. When he says reality, he's not saying fighting is the be-all end-all of quelling conflict. It's not what I'm trying to say. All these years, I haven't been trying to walk on my own 2 feet, not at all. I've just been trying to find a new way to live by Father's living fist ideology as an excuse to stand still. All while indulging myself in the comfortable environment the guild gave me. In that sense, I must be the biggest failure of Father's students. Might not agree with the path Walter took, but he, like you, has chosen his own path and started walking forward along it. You two have been facing up to the living fist ideal of Father's and slowly reaching your own conclusions on it. In your own ways, you've been able to face up to reality, and I haven't. I've been standing still the whole time. It's the biggest load of crock I've ever heard. You've been walking forward just like we have. In what way? It's just that the path you've been walking has been one for others rather than yourself. That river you think you've been helplessly drifting through, you've actually been building a bridge so others can easily cross it behind you. When the road is hard, you soften the ground so your fellow guildmates have an easier trek. There's no shame in your way of the living fist. It's as true as mine and Walter's. Trying to comfort me? Sorry for not having a way with words. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is this. As a person, you're way too strong and way too serious, and at times it's like those two things just end up restricting you and stopping you from seeing things you otherwise could. So try and relax a little, alright? Just a little. If you do, I'll bet you'll start seeing things you couldn't before. Seizin. What is it? Would you be happy if I returned to Calvard? What brought that on? Doesn't matter, just answer the question. Okay, if I had to pick, I guess I'd rather you be back home, yeah? Why do you ask? Oh, no reason, you dumbass. I've decided I'm going to accept the President's proposal. What? Just because of what I said? Don't misunderstand me. All I wanted was some kind of reason to bring this journey to an end, as well as a place to make better use of my skills. So let's not forget about this, because I'm going to let you know that I forgot about this. Let's make it a point to write down that this happened in our notebooks, so that events a few games down the line don't seemingly come out of nowhere. That was the best night's sleep I've had in some time. I hope the two of you enjoyed your stay as well. I know I did. If there's a thing that happened in this game specifically that foreshadowed something that happened in one of the Cold Steel games or one of the Crossbell games, there's a 50-50 chance I missed it. Just because of my playthrough of this game. It was half of the times I was in these cutscenes, I was like, is this going to end? Is this going to end? I'm trying to save. I'm trying to save and stop. I'm trying to save and stop. X, X, X. Not that I wasn't reading it, but I certainly wasn't retaining it like I was with the other games. So there's definitely stuff that I've missed in this game. And I will be perfectly honest, this is one of the things I missed. For sure. I mean, I'm sure I saw it, and I saw this cutscene. But I did not retain that this happened. Feeling very refreshed, thank you. Refreshed enough to feel ready to take on a new position in a new environment, even. Ooh, then. I would like to accept your offer. However, I have one condition for doing so. Oh, name it. While I am willing to join the President's new agency, I am not willing to stop living in line with my own beliefs. As such, if I should end up feeling the slightest doubt about how the agency itself is being run, I will do everything in my power to correct it from the inside using any means at my disposal. If he still wants my membership after hearing as much, please tell him that I accept his offer. Oh, that won't be a problem at all. I think he may well be encouraging you to take the reins. I believe he chose you expecting you to fulfill that role should it be deemed necessary. After all, you have experience in the guild and organizing an organization which has managed to remain neutral and independent all this time. That's no mean feat. Wouldn't be so sure about that. Also, I'll need to get things ready for my successor, so I won't be able to return to Calvard for 2 or 3 months. Who the fuck is her successor? That I don't know either. Unless it probably just doesn't matter. It's probably nobody. It's a person. But, as such, I won't be able to start work till then. It's perfectly understandable. Well, look forward to meeting you again in the Republic. Likewise. Unfortunately, these guild branch managers, aren't really important characters at all. Ina and Elman are really the only ones that have any kind of impact on anything, and even them, they're, really, really not that important. Something on your mind? I mean, other than Kilika, clearly, because she's a character with an arc. But, I don't even remember the other one's names. There's... Hold on. It's Ina. Jean. Is it Jean? That's Ruin. I couldn't tell you who's in Bose. It's an old guy. It's an old guy in Bose. And then Kilika's in Zeiss, and then Elman's in Gransel. And then there's one in Crossbell, too, and he's cool. He's probably more important than any of the ones here. Just thinking about what you said back there. You said you'd need 2 or 3 months to get everything ready for your successor, right? Yes, I did. What of it? Well, I'm guessing it's pretty busy over in Calvard right now, too. It doesn't sound as though there's anything so urgent I need to be there now. Oh, really? So you're just also going to hang around for 2 or 3 months? Is that what's going to happen? So I was thinking maybe I could stay here for the next few months while you get things sorted out before I head back. Just fuck already. Come on. God. You can't be serious. There's no reason why you should stay around here in Liberl with me. Go back to Calvard. That's not what you really want. You don't have to be so cold. It's me, you know. Well, it's the truth. We'll end up spending enough time together, whether we like it or not, after I'm home. You don't need to go out of your way to make more now. Alright. You win. There's no need to rush things. Zin, what are you standing there for? Oh. Sorry. You could say that before starting to walk off on your own, though. There you have it. There you have it. Kilika is leaving the guild and becoming a Calvardian spy, basically. There you go. We have learned a thing about a character. Alright, so let's head on back to the base area. And then I'm gonna scoop up Olivier again. And we're gonna try to do Stardoor 2. Not sure if we've done enough battles for this, but we'll find out. Also, let's save, since we did a door. Let's do that. Alright, let's see if we can get into this one. Have we done 100 battles? I think we have. Those who have not proven themselves in battle are not worthy of stepping inside. Should you wish to be deemed worthy, struggle through 100 battles, only then shall the door open. There we go. We have indeed done 100 battles. Alright, so let me check off that we did 2 and 4. And logged. Got it. Whole team's coming in for this one. Alright, give me the goods. What do we got? Enclosed is a report on the damage dealt to the former Principality of Oh. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. It's funny because I don't remember what these are. Like, I don't remember which one is which. I remember Stardoor 6 because Stardoor 6 fucking blows. I know that one. I know Stardoor 15 because it's impossible not to know Stardoor 15. And then I know Stardoor 14 because that's the one that you need everything to unlock. But beyond that, I don't remember which Stardoor is which. So there's a few really interesting ones, and this is definitely a really interesting one. This is also pretty short, I think. But yeah, this is okay. Enclosed is a report on the damage dealt to the former Principality of North Ambria by the Salt Pale. Now, the Salt Pale, spoilers for Sky's second chapter, which we played on the channel before, so again, this playthrough does assume knowledge of Sky first chapter and Sky second chapter. I'm not going to hold back on spoilers there. But the Salt Pale is what Kevin used to kill Weissman. We don't know really anything else about it other than that. But he did use it. He had a piece of it that he shot out of his crossbow into Weissman. Weissman turned into salt, and then he crumbled away. So, also, Joshua knows that he's dead. Kevin is very clearly trying to, like, brush off that Weissman's dead, as we saw earlier, and Reese was like, wait a minute, but in the report, and he's like, shut the fuck up. And then what happened before, at the end of the last stream, when Joshua and Kevin were talking, he hinted at the fact that he knew something. I don't know if he knew all the details, but he knew that it happened. But, yeah, we don't know anything about the Salt Pale. And we heard earlier at the start of this game from the Jaegers that were protecting the Lusitania? Is that the name? The ship that we were infiltrating at the start of the game, in the prologue. The Jaegers are the Northern Jaegers, and they mentioned that they came from North Ambria, and shit was bad there. Like, desperate for money because this place is fucked up beyond all belief bad. And now, here we go. Here's some background. Also contained within is research on the Pale itself. Holy City of Arteria. Congregation for the Sacraments. Alright, here we go. We're going to have to read white text on a white background. Okay, thank you for dimming it a little bit. That's going to make it a bit easier. I hereby present this report to you, Your Holiness, ever at the side of the goddess. This report contains classified information and may only be read by those with the clearance to do so. So we have the clearance to do so. We who have fought 100 battles in Trails in the Sky the Third, apparently. Certain sections of the utmost secrecy have also been blacked out. Well, that's not great. I don't love that. Progression of events after the Pale's appearance. So, from what we understand, the Salt Pale, which is a pillar of salt, a gigantic pillar of salt, just appeared. Like, poof, there it is. No explanation, no seeming cause, nothing. Just, there it is. That's what happened. And then, July 1st, 1178, 5:45 a.m., an urgent report came in from Haliask Cathedral in the then Principality, now a state, of Northumbria in northern Zemuria. It stated that so 1178, keep in mind, we're in, I'm so bad with the years, 1202? I think right now we're in 1202. Because 1192 was the 100 Years' War. That was 10 years before the first chapter. So I'm pretty sure we're in 1202, maybe 1203 at this point. I'm fairly certain. So this was quite a number of years ago. I'm not going to do that quick math. What is that, 24 years? Something like that. All right. It stated that a giant white pillar so tall it appears to kiss the clouds had appeared on the outskirts of the city. Bishop Alexei, the one who sent the report, behaved as if extremely unsettled by what was happening. By urgent order of the committee, 2 knights of the Gralsritter, the 8th Dominion, aka the Roaring Lion, and a squire. I don't know if we know who that is. The 8th Dominion, I'm not sure if we know that. Both of whom were working on another mission in a nearby nation, were dispatched to perform a formal investigation. They hurried to the scene via the 8th Merkaba unit. That is the little spaceship that the Gralsritter get to use. Please note that the Merkaba had only recently been put into use at this point. They arrived promptly. And at 6:22 a.m., that's very prompt. That's really, really prompt. That's so fucking prompt. That's like less than an hour. This is what they saw. I guess they were nearby, but geez, there you go. That's the Salt Pale. Encloses a photograph of the object now known as the Salt Pale. That's an object to kind of remember the shape and look of. So that just appeared out of nowhere. It just poofed into existence, and it looks like that. At this point, however, it was far larger than the term pale would suggest. It was more akin to a massive tower that soared hundreds of arge into the air. The 2 knights provided the following observation regarding the situation on their arrival. We were met with a mighty hailstorm blowing in our direction from Haliask, or so it appeared at first, till we eventually realized the storm contained not ice but salt. The object's surface is completely covered with salt, making it impossible to tell what it may actually look like underneath. Surrounding air has become powdered salt, and it falls to the ground like snow falling on a tundra. Makes me think of Nier. Quite a bit there. Spread of that salinification process was startlingly rapid, and the affected area spread in the blink of an eye. By the time the Gralsritter arrived, the entire landscape of the capital had turned to salt, and the lives of many who lived there, like the aforementioned Bishop Alexei, had already been lost. So it just turned the land, the buildings, the people, everything just turned into salt, and that's fucked, man. That's fucked. Yet the spread did not stop there. A day after the Salt Pale first appeared, a vast coniferous forest zone north of the capital crystallized and collapsed. Bridges also collapsed, rendering all of the main highways out of the city unusable. Please note that by this point, then-ruler Prince Balmund had already fled the country to a nearby nation. well, he better not fucking come back. Because he gonna get murdered real good. Damn. Okay, 2 days passed since the Pale's appearance. By this point, roughly half of the entire principality had become a sea of salt. Countless refugees had fled to the southern side of the country because the River Greve stood between it and the affected area. Finally, 3 days after the Pale's appearance, solidnification process stopped at dawn. As a result, the knights were able to advance on the capital of Haliask with the hope of investigating the salt Pale. That afternoon, they finally reached it. They found it completely different from how the Pale had before when they first arrived in Northumbria. Okay, well, it appears that it was a lot of the outside stuff was gone, and it became just a big black pole thing. It's also interesting to note that the center of the solinified area, they found an object that was a mere 2.5 arge in height. Now, I don't know what an arge is, so I'm not sure how tall that actually is. I think it's supposed to be pretty big, but, I mean, 2.5 is not as big as what it was before, clearly. Surface was no longer blanketed in salt, rather it looked as if something had been carved out of it. It's now believed that the Pale's mass decreased as the salinification process progressed, so it came off of the Pale and into the... yeah, got it. In its smaller state, the Pale had lost its power to turn swaths of the country to salt, but its ability to solidify was still very much intact. Anything that touched it, even for a millisecond, was instantaneously turned into salt. It was of the utmost importance to handle it with care. In order to complete the mission without physical contact, Gralsritter required the use of the sacred tool Gleipnir, which was delivered to them from the high seat in Arteria. Now, Gleipnir, I think, is like a Norse mythology thing, but I don't really know what it is, so. Since then, it has been kept closely sealed away deep within the high seat in Arteria. Still, while the recovery mission was ultimately deemed a success, the damage already caused was equally vast and significant. It's fucking apocalyptic is what it is. No damage to the surrounding nations was reported, but it resulted in the destruction of 3 of the 5 administrative districts of the Principality, including its capital. Over a third of the total population, along with travelers from elsewhere, lost their lives. This is to say nothing of the emotional damage caused. Due to its sudden outbreak, the hearts of Northumbria's people were overwhelmed with fear and uncertainty. From a humanitarian and a religious perspective, a swift response from the Septian Church was all but necessary. The decision was made to dispatch personnel to the region right away. Upon arrival, they set about rebuilding the damaged churches and healing both the physical and mental wounds of the people. Those who were left orphaned in the crisis were taken into gospel facilities where they would be cared for until adulthood. We're gonna just assume that that's a good thing. I don't think we have real reason to believe that it isn't. The northern region of the country, which had been turned entirely to salt, was placed under the church's control. It has been a restricted area ever since. Supplementary notes. Yeah, looks like some Jaegers there. After some time, the country's former leader, Prince Balmont, attempted to rebuild the government, and was swiftly murdered, right? Given that he had fled the country during its hour of need, caring only for himself and not his people, all authority he once had was gone. Following year, the country's people led an armed uprising, and the Principality of Northumbria was no more. Eventually, elections were held, and the country became a democracy, thus bringing about the birth of the autonomous state we know of now. This was also in the former Principality's armed forces, reformed as Vigilante Corps, as a Vigilante Corps. Given the extreme poverty of the state, however, the majority of said corps considered gathering foreign currency to be of the utmost importance. So the large-scale Jaeger Corps, known as the Northern Jaegers, was first established. As far as the rest of Zemuria is concerned, this is where the tale of the Salt Pale ends. But a number of very important questions still remain unanswered. Perhaps the most obvious of these is where it came from. I'm also very curious about this. I feel like I want to say Cold Steel 4 touches on it a little bit, but I don't think we have a real answer to this yet. And I think we have hints that there might be more to it than we think. Despite the considerable size of the object and that it appeared on the outskirts of a populated city, no information is available regarding the moment it first appeared. The most popular theory is that its appearance was due to something akin to spatial translocation, so like wormholes and shit. But it's hard. No hard evidence exists to support this or any other theory. More important, however, is its positioning in the teachings of the Septian Church. The Pale is clearly different in nature to artifacts. It appears to be a more fundamental manifestation of the goddess's power of creation. Committee report. The limits of our knowledge at present, this is as far as we can get to the truth. There are some who have proposed it may be one of the Septarians, but no evidence has been found in legend or scripture to support this belief. Nevertheless, these questions and many others need answering, and the Congregation for the Sacraments continues to study the Salt Pale to this day. The most accepted proposal comes from those who believe the Pale should be seen as nothing more than a gift from Adios. Fuck that. Come on. They continue to consider various means for her church to make good use of it, like killing people. This is Kevin Graham. You can see his signature down there at the bottom. Most realistic of these plans is using it in the manufacture of a sacred tool used for execution. Parts of the Pale are cut away using high-pressure water and then surrounded with a cylinder made from salt crystal, allowing them to be fired directly into the target without requiring the user to make direct contact. Should the bolt make successful contact with the human target, their whole body would turn to salt, killing them in mere seconds. There are no known means for reversing or stopping the process, especially after, what's-his-face, Campanella, hits him, and then he, collapses and breaks apart and, dissolves. This approach does not come without flaws. It seems unwise to be careless with an object we still do not understand the true nature of, for one thing. There's also the humanitarian concerns with executing someone in this manner. Still, it does bear mentioning that should there ever be a case where a target needs to be eliminated without fail, this would be the most surefire way to carry it out. It should go without saying that research on it is intended to continue into the future. There you go. Appendix regarding the aforementioned sacred tool. Trial use begins of the sacred tool. Top secret work only. I don't know what that means. What's blocked out there, but permission granted to use in the execution of you-know-who. Used in the execution of you-know-who. Fired from a bowgun. Results were extremely favorable. No damage was caused to the surrounding area. The target was also successfully erased. About the target. Target, blank blank, was orphaned by the Salt Pale when it first appeared. That's interesting. Brief history of him, I guess, is as follows. Joins the Septian Church in 1180. 1185, joins the Congregation of the Sacrament for the Sacraments as an official. 1190, promoted to bishop. 1195, declared a heretic and excommunicated from the church. There you go. A little bit of background on Weissman there. We got petrified. That's so funny. That's fucked. That's a bit fucked. Not gonna lie, that's a bit fucked. It's also very funny. But very fucked. Okay, so we did that. We also have... It's one of the sun doors, I think, also needs Zin, right? But I feel like that... That feels like one that's like... We got to do a lot of fighting, right? Because sun doors are the minigames. I think Zin is like the arena. Is that right? I think it is. We have to fight a bunch of dudes. So I feel like I'm going to wait on that one until Zin gets a little bit stronger. Alright. I don't think we have... Other than that, I don't think we have anything else we can do. We've done all 4 star doors so far. We've done the one moon door we can do. The other two we don't have access to yet. The sun doors... yeah, I don't... yeah, okay. So I think we're going to just go ahead and move on. Progress with the story and see what happens. We've got this team. This team's good. I kind of set up their... I didn't really do a whole lot, but I just made sure they all had stuff in here. You have defense. Instead of defense, I'm going to give you petrify, which is the same amount, but it allows you to potentially petrify enemies, which I think is good. EP cut would also be very good for you. I would like to give you that, but I don't know what to... maybe movement? You don't really need movement because you're a gunner, so let's give you EP cut. Does that take anything away from you? You don't really have... what do you have for space arts? Just dark matter? Do you still have dark matter if I give you EP cut? Yeah, so you're good. Okay. I would like White Gehenna on somebody, but that feels like it's going to be hard to build. It'll probably be Joshua at some point, but I'm not going to worry too much about it right now. We've got Shadow Spear. That's probably one of the best moves in the game. And Soul Blur. Soul Blur spam wins, so... here we go. Regroup area. Alright. Onward. Oh, there's a treasure chest. Gotta make sure we get that. Now let's not step in there. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, I gotta get this. Alright, fine. And for 33 of those years, I hated that damn place, he snapped. Between chewing cuts of lamb, after swallowing, he added, who's gonna run it? I sure ain't. You're no carpenter. Alright. Fine. Fucking fine. What is it, Moon Door 3? Alright. We now have the thing we need for that, so let's... okay, fine, we'll do it. Let's do a save. We have Chloe with us, right? Alright. Let's give it a shot. Darling of pure white radiance and proof of her scholarship. Go on in, Chloe. Look at this. Very pretty. Very Tales of the Abyss-esque. Shall grant you a memory fragment and my blessing. We're making so much progress today, guys. So much progress. So this I have marked down as taking 1 hour and 20 minutes. So this is going to probably take us to the end of the stream, just about. Took far more time doing so than the average year. Well, this is Chloe coming to school. One by one, the magnolia flowers began to show their faces to the world as if reluctant to let their long slumber end. So we've got cherry blossoms. Does she have a little piece of toast hanging out of her mouth? Is she late for first day of school? Is this a shoujo manga? The changing of the seasons, a brand new student of the infamous Genus Royal Academy set foot into its grounds slightly later than her peers. Well, there you go. She's late. She doesn't have a piece of toast, though. Transfer student. Get out your notebooks. Oh-ho. So that's our famous transfer student, huh? A hawk? Nah, seems more like a falcon. Let's not forget about that guy. Let's maybe not forget about that guy. He's probably not going to be important, right? He's not an important character. I'd sworn to myself that I would stop relying on other people. I'd had enough of being restricted in how to live. I'd had enough of following the rails laid out before me by other people. I was going to put my own 2 feet on the ground and start living my own life by myself. That was my resolve, and I intended to abide by it. And then I met him. Somewhere in my heart, I had already realized that resolve of mine was nothing more than an excuse. First year joint class. I want to go to joint class. Settle down. That's a bad joke. Got someone to introduce to you all. This is our new transfer student, Chloe Rins. She's going to be studying social studies, apparently. You'd be with me then. Why don't you introduce yourself to the class? You just did. You introduced me already. I'm Chloe. Hi. Starting today, I will be a first-year student at this academy. I've been looking forward to beginning my life at this wonderful academy for some time, and I'm truly delighted to be here. It's an honor to be able to count myself among your number. I'm still an inexperienced child in many ways, so I fear I may cause you all trouble in the coming days and weeks. But I intend to work as hard as I can for the betterment of myself, my class, and my school, and I do hope we can all get along. Clap, 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 clap. Sure wasn't expecting a transfer student at this time of year. I wonder if she's from a rich family or something. She sure sounds stuffy, so it would fit. She's obviously got some kind of special circumstances to be enrolling in May. Oh no, not May, not a whole month late. Excuse me, but can I ask a question? Where do you live? You're from LeBurl, right? Oh shit, don't say the castle, don't say the castle, don't say the castle. I'm from Gransel. Shit. I mean, not that. Do you have any hobbies? Don't say being a princess. No? For real? That's boring. You're boring. Still, no matter how much I think about it, nothing comes to mind. Suppose I could say making sweets. I don't feel like I do that enough for it to qualify as a hobby. Isn't the entrance exam for transfer students supposed to be crazy hard? You must be really smart to be able to pass it. Harder than the rest of us? Harder than the one the rest of us took? No way, that was nuts as it was. You must be quite smart. Oh, you're smart. Fucking nerd. Just sits in a room and studies, doesn't have any hobbies. What a nerd. Oh my god, this sucks. I'm sure you must all have things you want to ask our new student, but they can wait until after class. Then go sit the fuck down. Alright. Pitter patter, pitter patter. Time to get started with our lesson. If you would, open your textbooks to page 23. Mysterious transfer student. Now there's a surefire recipe for catching my interest. Oh, Jill. Oh, Jill. 2 weeks passed at the academy. Despite the passing of time, the student's interest in the transfer student showed no sign of letting up. She was soon the talk of the whole school. All anyone wanted to talk about was her, how smart she was, how unusually polite she was, among other things. Yeah, well. Peers thought formalities were largely due to nerves and that she would naturally ease up over time, but she fucking didn't. Glad that's over. Glad I attended class today. We ended up covering so much. Come on, Monica. It's time for practice. Coming. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Panic teacher. What's going on? Oh dear, did everyone go home already? Haven't handed out all these printouts yet. Oh. We have printers? Okay. I'm still struggling to figure out the level of technology of this world, man. We've got printers. Like, in a few games, we're gonna have fucking laptops and shit. But, like, also, you know, we're still kind of medieval a little bit. Not really. I don't know, man. It's weird. A time like the present. Miss Viola, is there anything I can help you with? Teacher's pet. Nerd. Seem rather troubled about something. Well, there is, but I'd feel a little bad asking you to help me with it. If you insist. That was easy. Here you go. Give these to every single student. All of the social studies students. Oh god. How do I know which ones are the social studies students? Try and see that everyone gets one. Oh god. Okay. Oh shit. Bye. Let's see. It's a list of this year's credits. Okay, there we go. Do I have a list of names, though? Speak with the ones who have gone to their respective clubs, as well as those who have returned to their dormitories. Sure hope I know who we got here. I know... Okay. So, well, there's these two, obviously. Really, I had no idea. The Republic is pretty huge in terms of land mass and all. Just traveling on foot isn't going to cut it. You need more effective means of transportation. How about trains? Here's your shit. It's a list of all our credits. Okay, great. Have a good day. She's weird. Crazy how polite she is, huh? I guess. She's a bit too polite, though, if you ask me. It makes it hard to feel comfortable talking to her. Alright, so who else is a social studies student? Jill. We know Jill and Hans. And we know the people that just walked out. There was Logic and Clara and Anton? Was that somebody? I don't know. What happens if I talk to someone who's not in the class? Back in Felicity. Alright, so it doesn't matter. So we can just talk to the people. Alright, I don't think we lose points for, like, talking to the wrong people. Alright, well, whatever. We don't have, like, bracer points this time. So. Dean's office. I don't think we need to talk to the dean. Can't go in there. There's an important meeting. Humanities classroom. Alright. Okay. Let's go in here, I guess. Hi, guys. Idios, help us. Where is that loser? I thought we'd have found him by now. Lucy, I'm not sure I can stand much more of this. Stop your whining, you. I bet you've secretly been slacking off with your search the whole time, haven't you? I've not. I just don't get it. We're swimming in eyewitness reports of him, but us running into him, it's not happening. Why? Because he's avoiding you. Oh, there she is. There she is. Don't forget about her. For 10 more games. I don't think our odds of capturing him today are especially high, Leo. What should we do? I suppose we'll just have to do what we can without him for now. Two of us can handle the majority of the student council's work. But we are going to need his approval in the end, so you two need to keep up your search. Find him as soon as possible. Right. I'll see you two later. Righto. Oh, Hans likes Lucy. Guess we'd better get back to work. Lucy is one of those things I actually did remember. I told you it was 50-50. Some things I retained, some things I didn't. I actually did remember Lucy. And it would have been better to have remembered the stuff with Kilika, if we're being honest. Because it's way more relevant. brings you here with a pile of printouts. You need these printouts. I'm delivering them to you. I have delivered you these printouts. You're a model student? Oh, how about this? That's so interesting. Why are you helping the teacher? That's so interesting. Do they not get printouts? So, like, guess who's sharing a room with her? Me. Really? Supposed to be a real genius from all I've heard about her. Sounds like the one convenient room arrangement if you ever find yourself stuck on homework. I guess you could see it that way, but it's like, I don't know, she's really pleasant and polite and all, but it's sort of, it's like she doesn't want to be super close to anybody. Yeah, I get what you mean. If you're sharing a room with her, you can't be total strangers, right? Don't you talk sometimes? Not really. Hi and good night is about the most we do, to be honest. Wish I could talk to her normally. Well, just do. It's just not an alien. Hi, Lucy. I am so the new transfer student. Also, here's your printout. The Student Council's Vice President, Lucy Sayland. Sayland, whatever. Maybe open the notebook and write that name down. Maybe write down Lucy Sayland. Maybe we'll make note of that name. He's our secretary and accountant, Leo. You don't need to worry about Leo. It's a pleasure to meet you. You're very welcome to come here whenever you like. She's so pretty. I mean, I'm Chloe. Pleasure is all mine. Academic life here is probably isn't going to be all that smooth. Take two. Your academic life here probably isn't going to be all smooth sailing, but I'm sure you'll be fine. Just try and enjoy yourself. I believe in you. Well, now I believe in me too. There's a rope hanging down outside the window. Great. Alright, anybody else in here? Nope. Nope. Alright. So nobody here needed a fucking printout. Alright. Well, that's great. Hi, Jill. I don't really have time for your shenanigans, quite frankly. And if there's somebody at this school that knows about shenanigans... Logic, is that you? No, it's Mickey. You look exactly like Logic. Hi, Rigel. Fencing club. Ooh, I bet she joins the fencing club. No, you're gonna join the fencing club. Yeah, you're gonna join the fencing club. That's what's going to happen. Is it you, Monica? Finally, it's... oh, yeah, no, that's Clara. But we need Clara, so that's good. I'm not Monica, as it turns out. But here's your printout. This is getting weird. Uh-huh. Dude, just give her the fucking printout. Am I gonna be part of the theater club, too? Yeah, just print out. Here's your printout. Yeah, that's it. Boo. Oh boy. Well, she's weird, huh? Just mysterious transfer student everyone's talking about. You wouldn't expect her to be too normal. She stayed and joined the club. Aw, that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. Alright. Let's go to the dormitories. Girls' dormitory. Anybody in here? You're not in the class. Ooh. Lucy. is an exchange student from the Principality of Remiferia to the north. Lucy Sayland is from Remiferia. Maybe we can add that as an addendum to our entry in our notebook that we wrote down. We wrote that down, right? So you can add that she's from Remiferia as a little extra bit to add to the notebook entry that you wrote about Lucy Sayland. It's really not that serious. It's really not that serious. But in like 7 games, you can be like, ha, I remember. And that's worth a lot. Hey, Logic. Are you Logic? You are Logic. Okay. Have a printout. You get a printout. Printouts for Logic. Joint classes seem to be worth an awful lot while we're first years. Physical education is worth 5 whole credits? Damn. Maybe you should get some fucking exercise for credit. Our examinations will be taking place in 6 weeks' time. Make sure you study thoroughly. Okay. I will do that. Is anybody else in here? Anyone else need a printout? You want to print out? Alright. Alright, well, I've been in all the buildings. So, who are we missing? We're missing Monica. Oh, what if I go back here? Can we go back here? Anybody back? Oh, there's people back here. Alright, before we... This is where all the punks hang out. Hey, guys. You guys need some printouts. It's Anton and Ricky. Oh, my fucking god. Oh, my fucking god. I saw that the one was named Anton. But it didn't even occur to me that it was going to be the same Anton. That's so funny. Why are we here? Spring has come, and yet in my heart, it's still the middle of winter. Dude, Anton, stick it out, bro. It's gonna work out, man. You're gonna be fine, I promise. Why does everything in my life have to go wrong? Excuse me. Couldn't help but notice the melodrama. Oh, I know you. You're the transfer student, right? Wish I was smart like you. Miss Viola told me to deliver this to you. Here's printouts. Shouldn't even need this. I should have graduated, but here I am redoing the year again because I was too distracted by how pretty Lucy was. Right? Something like that? Well, maybe you should contemplate your existence. What do you have to say about it, Ricky? Yep, Anton. Personally, I think he made a major mistake picking that course in the first place, though. He's not built for all that work. Being toyed with, fate just has it in for me. Man, stick it out. Just keep hanging in there, Anton. That's the guy who tried to hook up with Ina and failed miserably at it. And as a result, we took some medication that's supposed to help you not be drunk. And Olivier also took it. And then had a drinking contest with Ina. And they almost died. Trails in the Sky, second chapter, guys. It's good shit. Alright, I don't know... You're Mr. Effort. Alright, you're one of the teachers. Okay. So, who have I not given a fucking thing to? What do you got for me, Jill? Who's left? You? You're the janitor. Oh, okay. No. Oh, hey, you're in the class. Yeah, you're in the class. That's Monica. Ah, there we go. Okay. You need a printout. There was a rush, though. She forgot to hand them out last year, too. She may be pretty, but she's kind of not all there, if you know what I mean. That's rude. Don't talk about Miss Viola like that. She's trying her hardest. She's probably not getting paid very much because she's a teacher, and teachers never get paid very much. So let's be nicer to teachers, please. There you are, Monica. Can't start without you. Get to the auditorium. But I need to keep doing what I can. And then she collapsed of exhaustion. Maybe I was desperate to cling on to something to keep from losing sight of myself. The world made it seem like you could only broaden your horizons by interacting with others, but there I was, stubbornly refusing to come out of my shell. Or was it really stubbornness in some weird way I can't explain? It was more like obsessing over the idea that I could grow as long as I pushed myself. Also, I really didn't want to give away the fact that I was a princess, and that probably had something to do with how guarded I was being. Looking back, that maybe had some factor of influence. It's not like I wanted to be left behind. It's not like I wanted to be left alone. I just didn't want to let slip some information that let people know I was a princess. As long as I tried hard enough, maybe I'd one day stop feeling like I was always running in place. Excuse me. Hold on a minute. I don't have a printout left for me. Well, shit. Wonder if I left mine in the classroom. I must have. I better go back and get it. There it is, right there on the desk. Excuse me. Can I really keep going on like this? So yeah, that transfer student came by earlier. She was so fucking weird. Wasn't she weird? She's so weird. She's such a weird person. That's so weird and unsettling and weird. Super smart one? Yeah, anyway. So, yeah. Oh, shit. Should hurry back to my room and go over what we learned in class. Need to go over our credits list again, too. Aww. She's scared she's not fitting in. Feeling kind of tired. Oh. That guy. We're gonna write down that we saw this guy, right? We're gonna remember this weird, mysterious, red-haired guy that went to school with Chloe. We're gonna write that in our notebooks. Hey there, pretty lady. I know you're not talking to me. I will stab you with my sword. You're the student council president, right? Bingo. Name's Lecter. There's a gorgeous sunset today, huh? Gonna write down that his name's Lecter, right? We're gonna write down that detail. Lecter. Guy with red hair. Went to school with Chloe. In liberal. Write that in the notebook. So what are your impressions of the academy? Well, I think it's a wonderful place. It's well equipped in terms of facilities, for one thing. Has everything needed to really cultivate a good environment for learning, and I'm happy to have chosen it. You're a dork. Fucking dork. What a dork. My hunch was right on the money. I knew you'd take it that way. As opposed to? I'm sorry, did I misunderstand you? Well, I was more asking about your life at the academy outside all that book junk. Maybe it's just me, but you don't really seem to be letting loose or having fun. Here's some alcohol. Let's have a party. Going to the old schoolhouse later. When I come by, we got a 6-pack. Just don't tell Lucy. Don't fucking tell Lucy. Don't tell Lucy about it, because she's gonna come in and yell at us, and then we're gonna get written up. We're gonna get, marks on our record and shit. Just don't fucking tell Lucy. She's gonna be a bitch about it. Definitely tell Jill though. She's awesome. Tell Jill. She'll come by. I do still feel as though I'm still adjusting to life here, so there's a lot that I have yet to learn, but I'll keep working as hard as I can on doing so. Is that really what you came here to do, though? Huh? Yeah. Gotcha. You're too serious. You ever tried playing hooky? Like, ever? At least once? Yeah, it costs a lot of money to go here. Might not look the part, but I am the student council president, Works pretty damn easy, too. What do you think? You inviting me to join? Only if you have a thing for long nights filled with exciting paperwork and super duper enthralling schedules. Just hoping for some kind of reaction. He's the president. There must be something respectable about him, but I'm not seeing. Fucking cook his ass, Chloe. How do I put this? I feel like I couldn't trust him with so much as a 10 mira coin. Oh, whoops. After Milia was bugging me about showing up to lessons once in a while, I should probably cough up some new excuse to ditch. I mean, I could go, but where's the fun in that? Pissing her off's like watching a pot boil over, though, so whatever crap I make up better be really convincing. I think my instincts are dead on. I really should be heading back to the dormitory now. I'm getting very uncomfortable. I feel like you're a bad influence. You're the kind... See, if I don't have a mother because she died, but if I did, she would probably warn me about people like you. Stay away from people like him because he's a bad influence. He'll invite you to a party at the old schoolhouse. You'll drink, and then Lucy will show up and bust everyone because she's a giant killjoy. And you're going to get written up, and then all this money we spent to send you to the school is going to go to waste when you get expelled, and then you're going to have to come back home. Might want to watch how you stand when I'm kicking it down here. Jesus Christ. My view is awesome if you catch my drift. And that is when she joined the fencing club. That was the boys' dorm. Oh boy. This one's gonna be like pulling teeth. It's a fucking shoujo manga is what it is. Several days later after classes. Student Council, an autonomous body run by students for students responsible for maintaining order and overseeing student activities. And their most important duty of all is searching for their president. He's not here either. Oh my god. Where is that ruffian? I was sure he'd think he got us and come back to the council room this time, sure of it. So every time we do manage to find him, he gets 1,000 times more capable of hiding from us. Where could he be? We've searched the school buildings. We've searched the dorms. Where's left? The shrubs on the grounds? He's just taunting us now. Get it together, Hans. We're gonna find him, and we are gonna force feed him every single piece of paperwork he's got piling up. These fucking guys, man. We need Jill and Hans back in the games. That's one thing. We definitely need them. They've been gone for way too long. I don't think they're past this game. Because they're not important characters. But, like, they're hysterical. Come on, man. What are you doing sitting here? Oh, hello. Just had a little free time, so I thought I would try and use it productively. I think they're name-dropped a few times. Plenty of characters are name-dropped. But, is that lesson prep work? Man, you're so dedicated. Also, you're so fucking boring. Come on. I think I can see how you're able to pass the legendary transfer student entrance exam. It's really just something to pass the time. It's not like I'm working every waking hour of the day. Yeah, I guess it wouldn't hurt to ask. You haven't seen Lecter around, have you? Lecter? I'm almost scared to ask, but... He didn't try anything funny on you. Yeah, no, he did. No, he definitely did. No, he did. He did. Sort of. It's all our fault for not keeping that nut job on a leash. I don't know how we can begin to apologize to you. Whatever he did, we'll be absolutely sure it never happens again, or anything else for that matter, so please forgive us. We're begging you. Really didn't do anything major, to be honest. Just looked up my skirt a little bit. I was gonna faint or something. It's getting to the point where I feel like I need to apologize every time I hear his name. Is he really that much of a troublemaker? Oh, troublemaker? That's cute. Honestly, with a personality like that, he's a walking nightmare straight from Gehenna. Lost count of how many times he's ran away from doing his council work in the past couple of weeks alone, which would be bad enough if it weren't for the fact that he's usually out raising hell for people instead. So instead of doing our own work, we're either out searching for him or apologizing for things he's done. So the council's most important policy is, if he's not in our sights, the sooner we find him, the better. Thinking we can't be very effective student council like that, well, you're right. Something wrong? No, nothing, really. Speaking of Lecter, he was sleeping on top of the clubhouse roof not long ago. He was? That explains why we couldn't find him. We didn't check there. The best, Chloe. Thanks a ton. It was actually Sieg who noticed him there, but I suppose I shouldn't tell them that. Got some trash to bring in. Thanks, Chloe. We owe you big time. So that's what he's usually like. My instincts about him being irresponsible were right, I see. Still, a question he asked me. Is that really what you came here to do, though? There he is. Fucking Jill popping her head up. And he's gone. The fuck? Are you kidding? Did he jump off the roof? What did he do? God fucking damn it. There's Chloe. Looks like Chloe's heading off somewhere else. Ooh, this is interesting. You. Chloe, our favorite person. Hi. Was he not on the roof? No, he was. He just managed to disappear before we could wring our hands around his stupid neck. It's not like there was anywhere to hide up there. He was way too far up to be able to just jump down. It does seem strange. So, you know, we were wondering if you might have some idea where he might have gone next. Alright, I might have some kind of an idea. I know someone who might. Let me ask him for you. Sieg? I have a bird. This doesn't count as a hobby, though. Do you have a falcon? Is he your pet or something? Oh no, he's more like a friend. Okay. See, you haven't seen Lecter, have you? He was that slovenly boy who was sleeping on the clubhouse roof not long ago. Scree, 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 scree. Scree. Bye, Sieg. Damn. I think we're a bit too busy having our minds blown by you talking to a falcon to feel impressed by Lecter right now. Did I do something strange? No, totally not. We all talk to falcons. Shame that superpower of yours didn't get us any closer to finding Lecter. Community's inside one of the buildings. Probably one that's relatively quiet. Okay. Empty classrooms, dorms, auditoriums. Oh, that's not narrowing it down. That's all the buildings. It's literally all the buildings, guys. Would you like me to help you? It's a long con. They did a long con. Get someone to... Excuse me. Get someone to ask you something as if it's their idea, but it's not their idea, it's your idea. Oh, they're following me. Oh dear. I can save, right? Oh, I can save. That's great. Hi, guys. Different. I haven't seen Lecter around. Alright, well. I think he's in... Is he in here? I'm pretty sure he's in here, right? Is he... Oh. Is he back here? No. Shit. Oh, there he is. Found you. Not getting away this time. Wanna bet? Exactly is it that you're reading? Kitty Talk for Dummies. Oh, that they had that book in the library in Zeiss. He's actually probably saying something. Got him. Just closed my eyes and kept running forward through a vast empty world, living the hardest that I could. Wasn't that running would achieve anything, and it wasn't as if I would suddenly be able to leave the ground and fly by doing so. Just that if I stood still, the small, perfectly enclosed garden around me would suddenly feel too uncomfortably vast. Question is this actually Chloe or is this Lecter? This narration. It's Chloe. It's Chloe. Lecter was right. Just what had I come here to do? Chloe decided to join the fencing club so that the skills Julia taught her didn't grow rusty during her time at the academy. She also found herself being roped into helping Jill and Hans search for the nefarious Lecter quite often, too. And roughly a month after all this began, everyone's favorite time of the academic year finally arrived. Tests? Or is it the school festival? No, it's definitely tests. It's definitely tests. Exam season, huh? Students sure have it rough. As though you're not also a student. You are going to study, aren't you? Well, nah. Oh, here you are. angel shines her majesty upon us. Sorry, Hans. I don't think it's gonna happen, bud. Oh, Lucy, why can't I get you to do that to me? Wait, no, it's no time for fantasizing. I need to study. Oh, man. Yeah? Taking those tests. Finally free. This place wouldn't go easy on us. Those are really hard. I just want to curl up in bed and sleep for a week now. Yeah, I don't fucking miss that shit, man. I do not miss that shit. Hee hee. Wish I had your brain. Sure we can't swap? Who dat? Leo. Oh. This isn't the place to be loitering. You're stopping people from getting to the stairs. Oh, dude. Just fucking... Ugh. This fucking guy, man. And one more thing. Student Council's work resumes today. I will be expecting both of you in the council room at 2 o'clock for a meeting. Don't even think about being late. As for you, Chloe, you may do as you see fit. Well, thank you for your permission. Guessing that's his way of saying he'd like you to come along too. Might not technically be a member, but you're honorary lector catcher. Am I going to be compensated for this work? This extra work that you have me doing? It'd be nice for some compensation. Fun or no fun? Probably no fun. I have a feeling it's not going to be fun. And so they went. And here we are. We've made it. Yo, guys. I'm always here doing nothing, aren't I? Lucy, so happy to see you again. You're looking well, Hans. How'd your exams go? Not great. I'd appreciate if we avoided that fine subject. Much like how you avoided all the subjects you were supposed to study then. Welp. First order of the day is... excuse me. Sorry, that was legitimate. That was... that wasn't... I just yawned. Please continue, Leo. Allocating the budget. I desire to topple your presidency. Oh, you will, don't you worry. As you can see, this fool will be of no use at all to the proceedings. I expect diddly squat from him. And when he's not here, he causes trouble, and when he's here, he causes trouble. This is quite long. This is very long. Trying to find Lecter. I told you, an hour and 20 minutes. We're getting there. Oh, hey. That's what I needed. A few people who look like they've got nothing to do. Oh, my God. You're going to fucking die. Guess it's up to you, Chloe. Guess what's up to me? What? Something that needs to be delivered to the Mayor of Ruin. He's not going to take no for an answer either. So there you go, enjoy. Got a feather on your head. Ooh. Guess that must have been Sieg's. He did say it was almost time for him to start molting, come to think of it. Are you fucking talking to Sieg? Wait a minute. Good luck delivering that envelope. Yeah. There wasn't a feather on your head. Alright. 5 hours to find him, 6. Delivered to the Mayor of Ruin. Jesus. Going all the way to Ruin? Oh, I know the way to the Mayor's place. Sounds like you should be fine then. Alright, well, I'm gonna do a little save. Now, before I go, I just wanna explore around a bit. So what can I, oh, I was gonna say, can I do anything here? No. Okay. Clara and Monica. Teacher. Yeah, bet. Anything going on up here? People? Hans. Need permission to leave the grounds. Oh, okay, well. Alright, that's fine. Hi Lucy, what's up? Ended up hitting him again. Why did I do it? Every time I see his face, I just feel like punching. Oh, that's great. That's just great. Why do you have that envelope? Yeah. I got money. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, yeah, there's rope. I know. Yeah, that's how he's getting out. That's how he's breaching containment. Alright. What's in the auditorium? Anything in the auditorium? Nope. This way. Anything going on in here? Kind of explore a little bit. Oh, wait. Anton. Gonna be born again as a new man. Yes, I will. Sure, buddy. You keep hanging on there, man. You'll make it. Gonna make it someday, bud. Just have to believe. Hello? Oh my god. What's going on in here? Anything interesting happening? Any hot gossip? No, there's nobody here. Nope. Alright, let's check out the school. See what's going on in the school. And apparently we have to go see the dean, right? Oh, hello, there's Lecter. Who does? Visitor. President of the Academy Student Council. What a fine young man. Indeed. He's so not tricking you at all. I promise. And Dean's over there. Get him last. Anybody up here? Nope. Anybody over here? There's a few. Jill. Felicity. And you are Thelma. Alright. Dean's office. Hey, bud. Apparently I need permission to leave. Gonna go see the mayor of Ruin. Sweet. Running all over the place. She looks so much more chipper now. Suppose I have him to thank for that. I don't know, man. I think you need to keep a better... Alright. Anyway. Can we leave? I don't remember if I actually have to walk to Ruin and fight monsters or anything. I don't think I do. Good. City of Ruin. Haven't been here in a long time. Here I am. So I came here was during the 100 Days War. Damn. Whoops. Oh, well, I guess you gotta wait. Got some time to kill in Ruin, huh? It's a pretty great place to, like, have time to kill in. Oh, hey, there's a casino. And there's Lecter going into the casino. Yup. Pardon me. Yep, and there he is. Well, hello there, Lecter. What are you doing here? We're students. Gambling is expressly forbidden. I know. I mean, I'm a student council president. Of course I know. Come to Papa. Find myself doubting how he could be more, but... Find myself doubting how he could be more by the minute. Oh, how he could be the student council president. Okay, got it. Maybe I should ask the dean next time I see him so I can make sure this isn't some kind of elaborate ruse. Sounds like the bridge coming down, finally. I'll be leaving now. I need to go and take care of your work for you. You stay right where you are. Right. Right. Just a little bit more. Yeah, he's not gonna do that. He's not gonna do that. He's not gonna do that. This is really fucking long. It's been an hour, guys. I've been doing this door for an hour. See, this is why we gotta be careful about how we plan this shit. a student. Luckily, this one did have moments where I could save, so I could have stopped if I had to, but... Meet with Mayor Dalmore. Oh, Mayor Dalmore. That guy. I'm afraid not. He's currently not in, you see. Business is urgent. Come back another day. Well, Oh, is it Gilbert? It's so Gilbert. Hello there, Gilbert. I'm the mayor's steward, Gilbert, and I act as his representative during his absence. So, you're a student of Genis Royal Academy, are you? That's correct, sir. Here you go. List of all the Academy students for the current year. Students generally live in dorms, and obviously there are large numbers of them coming and going year after year. It makes keeping track of all the residents of the region that much easier when the school submits a list of students like this. It's interesting. I wasn't aware of that. Tell you the truth, I was once a student of the Academy. Not just any student either, I was part of the student council as well. Genis's council is a fine organization. They're proud as they are noble-minded, with a true dedication to carrying out their duties and bettering the Academy they serve and belong to. Experience I gained there continues to be valuable to me to this very day. I'm sure the same will be true for you in your adult life too, so do continue to work as part of it the best you can. Oh, Gilbert. Gilbert. Alright. I will be sure to come to you for help in the future, Gilbert. Yeah, he's not going to be there. No. No, he's not. Nope. Must be Master Lecter. Master Lecter. A young lady came to collect him not long ago. Oh, was that Lucy? She did punch... Yeah, it was Lucy. She did punch him before they departed, however. Alright, well, Lucy's here. That's great. Mr. Lecter is a valued customer. Great. Placed the coins from the game he was in the middle of in his pool as usual. Okay. I will let him know. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you should probably stop trying. Still going. Still fucking going. Oh, is that Clam? Is that our best friend Clam? This is how she became involved with the orphanage, huh? No, I'm not lost. Just trying to find something, like where I live. It's a red stone. Oh, dropped it somewhere around here, but I can't find it. Well, let's look for it. Oh. Found it. I'm Clem, and thanks. Anyway, bye. Oh. I'm a little lost myself. Must be from Minoria. No. No, he's not. place he led me to was Marcia Orphanage. Somewhere I knew well. Somewhere that was very important to me. It's also exactly why I knew I shouldn't be here, because I was so weak-willed that I knew I would rely on everyone here and stop living by myself. Say that, but this was the first place I wanted to see as soon as I arrived in Ruin. How badly I wanted to run straight here, but I knew I couldn't. I swore when I joined the academy to walk with my own 2 feet. I would do anything to avoid the places that would make my resolve buckle. What's up with you? Why'd you go quiet? You want me to introduce you to the matron? Oh, I'm sorry. A little stronger than I was before, right? I've gotten used to life at the academy. I've made friends there. I've resumed practicing my swordsmanship. I've gained stamina through chasing Lecter around. Maybe I'm ready to come back here. Maybe I'm strong enough now. Maybe I can finally walk back inside here with my head held high and not immediately give in to the weakness in my heart. Well, you're scaring me. You're not sick or nothing, are you? I'm fine. Do you mind showing me inside? There you are, Clem. Where have you been all this time? Everyone else is long... Oh, goodness. Is that you, Chloe? You've grown so much, haven't you? Matron, Dear, I see you still look exactly the same when you're crying. Ah? What's going on here? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hug you out of nowhere. Before I knew it, I was just so happy to see you again. It's no reason for you to apologize. It's lovely to see you again, Chloe. It's the same darling young lady I've always known after all, aren't you? If you don't mind me asking, Matron, where's Joseph? You haven't heard the news, then. Freddy's no longer with us. Passed away about 4 years ago. One day he went out shopping in Ruin and was caught up in an accident. So sorry. Sweetie, why are you apologizing? I had no idea. If I hadn't been acting so stubbornly, if I hadn't convinced myself I shouldn't come even though I love it here. If I'd just been more honest with myself, if I'd just come here from the beginning. We've got children. Mary and Polly and that other one, whose name I totally remember for sure. Where have you been all this time? Oh. What are you crying for? These are the children I'm looking after at the moment. Everyone say hello to our visitor. Okay. I'm Mary. What's going on? Hiya. Come on, Polly, you gotta say hello. Where's your orphanage you love is right here, you know. So it is. Maybe we should all have some tea. Now seems as good a time as any. From that day forward, I stopped avoiding the orphanage. I made a habit of going there whenever the opportunity presented itself. I buckled, exactly the way I thought I would. It's the same weak little girl I always was, forever craving the warmth of the orphanage, forever wanting to be surrounded by the lovely matron and the children. She says that like it's such a fucking bad thing. Like, Jesus Christ, man. No, fuck the orphans. Helping at an orphanage makes you weak. Clearly. As I never knew my mother and father. All my memories of this place were the only ones I had of my childhood. For me, the orphanage I could visit now was exactly the same as the one I fondly remembered from then. When I was there, I could be at peace. I could keep deceiving myself for as long as I needed to. Yet when I was there, I knew my heart wasn't as pure as I wanted to think it was. My garden, beautiful as it was, continued to stay enclosed. It's not over yet. 1 month later, we're still fucking going. We are still going. Good lord, man. Better hurry back to the dorm. Detention. You know Jill is gonna be fucking grilling you where you were. You're back. Lights are already off? Jill must have gone to sleep already. Oh. Time for the Inquisition. I was just feeling so lonely without my beloved Chloe around to keep me company that I opted to turn the lights off and sulk. Never around on our days off lately. I don't know where you're always going, but you sure seem to love it there. Where have you been? I mean to break curfew, it just happened. No big deal, who gives a shit about curfew? See, this is why Jill's invited to the party. Not so fast. You're gonna tell me where you were. I know. It's a boy, isn't it? No, it actually isn't. It isn't. I've just been going to an acquaintance's house. That's not the best way to put it if you're trying to deny that it was a boy. It's a place called Mercia Orphanage. I owe a lot to the matron there, so since I live in the region now, I've been able to go visit more often than I could before. An orphanage? Oh, hold up. That's the place between here and Minoria, right? That's not juicy. I was hoping it was going to be somewhere a little more scandalous. Should have known with you. What do you mean? Well, your answer is such a good girl answer. Spending your days off helping the poor little orphans and all. It's kind of rude. True model student, aren't you? I'm impressed. Poor little orphans? Don't you dare call them that. Huh? What right do you have to talk about them like they're objects of pity? I'm not a good girl. Excuse me. I'm gonna go drink. Maybe smoke a cigarette. Think I'd ever see her like that. Done it again, haven't I? Me and my big mouth. Oh. Vulnerable Jill. Huh. She's got me all wrong. Not some kind of model student or good girl like she thinks I am. That's not why I'm always going to the orphanage. Alright, well, we can save, which is very nice. Let's do one of those. Yeah, alright. So, now what? Sneak into the boys' dormitory? No. Clubhouse? I go in here? I can go in here. What are you doing up? Ricky. Alright, where's Anton? Is he hanging out somewhere? Hey, Lucy. Why are the lights off? You working in the dark? Something wrong? You seem kind of down. I guess this is where I'm supposed to go. Heart just won't stop pounding. Why am I acting like this? Oh, now we're controlling Jill. We're Jill. Where's Hans? No. Alright. There we go. Knock, knock, knock. Now this is scandalous. I'm trying any funny business. Something to do with Chloe, huh? You ever fought with her before? No. I really hate myself sometimes, Hans. Just can't seem to stop myself from blurting out insensitive stuff, even when I don't mean it. She was really angry, too. Angry, Chloe? Man, I can't even imagine that. I wish I could have seen it. No, stop making light of it. Just not sure how to face her now. So I want to go back to my room tonight. Guess I'm gonna spend it here with you. Dude. 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 No, he's right. Oh god, no, stay here. Uh-oh, it's Leo. Oh, and there's Lecter. What's up, bud? I feel like I can't understand myself at all these days. Please don't stand behind me like that. It's creepy. Someone's in a bad mood. It's after 9 o'clock. We started this before 8 o'clock. I always wished I could have a normal life like everyone else. An ordinary family, ordinary friends, but wishing for those things just doesn't get you them. No matter how hard I try, nothing seems to work out. Just can't seem to make any progress. I getcha. You're so frustrated you ended up lashing out against a friend who's kinda on the dense side. It's not what happened at all, I'm not you. Might be annoyed at her, but Jill is still very important to me. But I'm not wrong either. I'm not going there because I pity the children or because I'm a good girl. Children there are wonderful. They don't need pity. I'm going there because I enjoy being there and because it's important to me. I don't need to be made out to be some kind of saint for going somewhere I like. Because I'm not. That's not who I am. I just wanted to be family. Spilling all the beans tonight, huh? What about you? Is there anything in the world that you take seriously? Just one thing where you refuse to compromise. You know, you can be pretty scary when you start shouting. Forget it. Shouting at you isn't gonna solve anything. So? Still don't know why you're mad, right? You're not even listening to me, are you? I just told you why. It's because I'm not going there out of pity. It's not why I'm going there at all. It's because it's genuinely important to me, and because... Now we're just going around in circles. Sorry, but this is boring as sin. Where are you going? At least listen to me. I'm trying to have a serious discussion with you. You can't walk away in the middle of it. Listen, all I'm going to say is get yourself a clear answer to my question. These things are like a knotted up rope. If you don't untangle the heart of the problem, you're just going to get more and more wrapped up in yourself. What does that even mean? It's for you to find out. Lecter. Who am I even kidding? He's probably just trying to bully me. No, he's not. Seems like he never takes anything seriously, but in reality he does. Ooh. Still don't know why you're mad, right? These things are like... Yeah, we just read that part. We just read that part. He's right. Why am I so angry about this? It's got me so worked up. Why? Deep down, I knew all along what I was doing. All that time, I'd been pretending not to notice the truth, but I had known since the very beginning. To avoid facing that fact, I kept desperately clinging on to everything I could, telling myself I was right over and over again, trying to convince myself it was true. Maybe it was because I was afraid that if I accepted it, I was going to lose everything. That was why my heart was so restless. The next day, you thought it was done? It still ain't done. This must be the place. Looks like I have to do anything too daring today. All I need to do is scope it out for now. There you go. Can't see anything over the fence. Looks like there's no one here. Oh. Wow. This place is actually pretty cute. Here comes the hard part. Oh. Oh, hey. Welp, that's awkward. Well, that's awkward. What are you doing here? What? Fancy seeing you here, Chloe. Wanna come in? Yeah, okay. Awkward. Awkward. This is really fucking awkward. Look, I'm sorry, Chloe. What I said was really, really insensitive, and I'm really sorry for ever saying it. Don't worry about it, Jill. When I was younger, I lost both of my parents, too. You did? That's why what you said bothered me. In my head, I saw myself in them. Didn't want to think that just because someone was an orphan, they were unfortunate by default. I didn't want to think that that alone meant they were doomed to spend life unable to have the same kind of happiness that others did. Didn't want anyone to say it or even think it. But that wasn't because I was thinking of the children here. It's because I was thinking about myself. I didn't want to be thought of as a poor little girl, either. Chloe, please allow me to finish. I wanted to think I was getting angry on the children's behalf, but now I know I wasn't. All I cared about was myself. I knew that too, and that's why being called a model student or being spoken of like some kind of exemplary human being irritated me so much. I'm such a hypocrite, aren't I? Lashing out at you as if I'm sticking up for other people, when in reality I'm only thinking of myself. Didn't want to admit it, even though I knew deep down. Shouldn't have been so annoyed by it, but I was. Really, I'm sorry. No, you're clearly not the one at fault, Chloe. This is on me, and I'm sorry. Why you were angry with me doesn't matter when I said something I never should have said from the get-go. I had no idea what kind of life you or the kids here had led, and I just wasn't trying to imply you were a hypocrite or anything at all. Just wanted to apologize to you earlier. I just know how, I suppose. Well, there you go. Everybody loves everybody. Meet the children. Sleep in bunk beds. Just going around in circles. Yeah. All this fighting has tired me out. Let's go take a nap. Matron Teresa's around, right? Again, we're not leaving these children by themselves. It's kind of weird to finally be able to talk to you openly about this, though. Been sharing a room all this time, but this is the first time I feel like you've truly opened up to me. Fighting aside, that alone's made me pretty happy. Yeah, I'm happy too. Still not done. We're about halfway through this, I think. I'm kidding. I think we're pretty close. Start of a long and fruitful friendship. What about a long and vegetable-full friendship? What if I want carrots instead of peaches? Say. I wonder if this is how it feels to grasp what's really important to you. Sure. All this time, this orphanage was right here, same as I remembered it. All the time I was stubbornly refusing to come back, all the time I was wrestling with myself about how I felt. All that time, it was right here waiting for me to come back. Whether I was being a hypocrite didn't matter. Genuinely loved this place, and that's the only thing that ever mattered. And now, I know that I'll always feel that way no matter how many times I lose sight of myself or find myself losing my way. I know that I'll always eventually come back and remember how I feel. This orphanage is just part of who I am. There you go. There's also one other important thing that I found myself realizing. I still hadn't thanked him for all he had done for me, not once. That's 'cause he's kind of an ass. But it wouldn't be a shoujo manga. Lecter! Told you we're not done yet. Today's day, you're finally gonna do some work. Wanna bet? Oh, hey, it's Chloe. Pincer attack didn't work all that well. So long, suckers. It's gotta be more than this than it seems. He's not making it look like he's up there. He's making it look like he isn't, but is that all there is to it? Alright, well, how do I get up there? Go in here. Hold on, before I do that, let me just see if there's anything else going on. Is there anybody around to talk to? Anything interesting? What the fuck are you guys doing? In the music club. So why are you spinning around in circles? That doesn't make any sense. Calisthenics. Okay, well, that's alright. Oh, there's Jill. Wasn't doing anything. What? This guy looks like he rolled right out of a dumpster walking around. The fuck? Welp. Nice. Alright, okay. Well, we know where he is. He's up on the roof. So let's see if there's any other things like this around. Before we do that. Yeah, no. Anything over here? Oh, yes there is. Oh, is that Hans and Lucy having some alone time? I'm gonna barge in on these guys. Oh, Lucy. What is it? I just wanted to ask you something. What do you think the most important thing in the world is? It's L-O-V-E, right? If you ask me, it's probably strength, I suppose. Huh? Speaking of strength, I feel like smacking Lecter. Oh, poor Hans. Poor Hans. Poor Hans. This is a bad time to take a drink. Oh, that got me. Damn, that one got me. Oh my god. That's funny. Yeah, I know where he is. You good, Hans? No, yeah, no, I already found Jill. Alright, fuck this. Is there any... I'm not gonna explore the whole schoolhouse. That's not gonna happen. Let's just do this. We've been doing this for an hour and a half already. Here we go. Wait. Who are you? Fauna. Fauna getting a drink. What's going on, Clara? Oh god. I don't have time to help you guys. Climb up. Here we go. Hey, Lecter. The man, the myth, the legend. Motherfucking Lecter. Great weather, huh? They need me a lot less than you think. Clearly, because we've been doing everything without you. So I just say thanks. Thanks? For what? A lot of things, really. Done an awful lot to help me ever since I enrolled here. Because you're always trying to act like you aren't, or you're running away from me. I've never been able to say thanks for any of it. I feel like I owe it to you. Yeah, I'm lost. Got no clue what you're talking about. You asked me a long time ago what it was that I came here to do, didn't you? Hated the life I had before enrolling here. I always felt like I was being pushed around by everyone and everything around me instead of really achieving anything for myself. And it was that I hated most of all. I felt empty, worthless. It's part of why I didn't want to try to answer your question or even think about it. It's like if I accepted how weak I was inside, I'd never be able to get any stronger. That's not how I feel now. I'm not empty at all anymore. Thanks to coming here and meeting you and all of my friends, I've learned so many new things. I was able to do things for myself, too, instead of just relying on others for everything. Yeah? So that's why I wanted to thank you. Man. Told you before you were too serious, right? You've been thinking about that one offhand thing all this time. Never saw that coming. Trying to make fun of me again, aren't you? What about you, though? Why did you choose to come here? Me? Had nothing better to do, I guess. Seemed like a good way to kill time. Really? Well, as long as you're here, you may as well do some work. Wait. Tomorrow's Student Council's general meeting, which means you have a lot to do, and you need to do it all by the end of the day. There's a mountain of it just waiting for you to get started on. Hold up a second. Don't do this, Chloe. I can explain. I'm not going to listen. Spare me, please. This was the first and last chance I ever had to thank Lecter for all he did for me. The day after that year's Academy Festival, he suddenly registered his intent to withdraw from the school and was never seen there again. He was himself to the very end, though, making a sudden appearance in the Student Council organized play's final scene, ruining it for his amusement. Then 2 years later, I ended up meeting him once more in a place and way I never would have expected. Wouldn't you like to know? Jesus Christ, that took forever. I don't even remember what game I'm playing. Good lord, that used up almost the whole stream, man. We don't really have time to continue, but we will start. We have a few minutes. Not many. We have a few. Alright. Let's go in here and we'll see whatever intro scenes to this there are. Get some intro scenes. Where are we now? Nowhere I've ever been before, judging from where I'm standing. Look over there. Oh, I know where we are. This is local. It's local. Now that's what I call a fine view. Wow. Well, it was a lot prettier than the last plane, at least. This must be another real place that's been relocated here in Phantasma, much like the capital was. Most likely, yeah. So where is it, though? Somewhere in Liberl? I doubt it. It's not familiar to me at all. Best guess would be somewhere along the Crone Mountains, but the air suggests otherwise. Oh. Spracer Guild. It's like this really isn't a place that exists in Liberl. As far as I'm aware, there aren't any guild facilities like this anywhere in the country. That seems to settle that matter then. This must be a recreation of a place in another country. So look at that, the answer was right under our noses the whole time. It was. It's local. Training Center. I know that name. Wasn't it the training camp Estelle went to a while back? Yeah, this is where Trails in the Sky's second chapter started. You know, last year with Annalise. That's the one. It's a guild-owned facility located in Le Mans State. Never been there myself, though. I've only heard about it from Estelle. That leaves us with yet another problem to solve. Oh, are we gonna find Estelle here? No, I don't think we are. I think we're gonna find someone else. I think I know who we get here. To my knowledge, Le Mans State is quite the distance away from Liberl. Yeah, it is. It's farther away than both Ereboni and Calvard. You know, I may not have a clue how a place in Le Mans ended up being created here or why. If our enemies did it, they must have had a reason for doing so, right? Need catch on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that sounds growly and ferocious. Oh, we got enemy. Oh, shit. Those are some enemies. Yikes. I haven't fought anything all stream. Well, we got beasts. Alright, well, guess what? How's that? Is that good? Oh, that's some experience. Nice. Scat. Something to fight another day, huh? Smart little devils. Devils do seem a lot more intelligent than your average monster. Enough to make me wonder whether these are another kind of impossible fiend like the rest. I'm with you. I can't pretend to be an expert on the monsters of Le Mans, but I'm pretty sure they're not this smart. Looks like this plane is going to pose a real challenge. Here she comes. Oh. You have done well to come this far. On this plane, there are 3 ordeals to overcome. If you overcome them all, the next path will open. Take this. We got a map of... Be forewarned. The Lord of Phantasma's goal is your... death, right? I'm gonna fill in the blank there. It's probably death. It's probably my death. Sure didn't stick around long. She's probably got so little power left now, it's difficult for her to show herself to us. So it seems. Must be a frustrating thing for her to deal with. Still, she left us with a useful gift. Yeah. Got a map. Looks like the lodge in the top right is where we are now. And then there's this Balstar Channel place to the left of it. Maybe that's the ordeal she mentioned, or one of them at least. She mentioned there being 3 of them, but there's only one place that could fit that description marked on the map. I wonder where the other 2 could be. From what I can see, these 2 roads lead to them. The ones that seem to just stop all of a sudden. This plane most likely has its own rules we need to follow. If we followed those roads now, there's a big chance we'd find nothing at the end of them. Unfortunately, those are the cards we've been dealt. Let's just try heading over to the Balstar Channel and see what comes of it. Which we'll do next time on Dragon Ball Z. So I'm going to head in here, because I feel like there's going to be stuff in here, right? We're going to find some stuff in here. Well, there's certainly this. Snagged ourselves one of these. Let's see if there's like a door, or at least treasure chests up here. Oh, that was this. Never mind. Anything to look at? Anything to interact with? Let's try the upstairs. Treasures. Got Mind 4. Mr. Tittles looks up with an annoyed expression. You disturbed his nap. Well, sorry, Mr. Tittles. I did not mean to do that. It's not my intent. Got luck. 50 years later, Jesus. The dangling Healthotron swung limply in Hideko's house, forgotten and neglected. It had been purchased 50 years before, purely on Sato's recommendation. Oh, jeez. Yikes. Cornelia bracelet. will write flavor text for food. Freezing meatballs. Just how I like my meatballs. Nice and cold. Empty? No, my friend. I'm filled with artisan-style voidness. Well, that deserves a hefty markup. Alright, guys. With that, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up for tonight. So thank you guys so much for watching, whether you're watching live here on Twitch or after the fact on the Twitch VODs or after the fact on the YouTube VODs. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. Dropping a save here, and guys, I mentioned it before, but we are going on another hiatus. The last hiatus was not planned. This hiatus is planned. This was always going to happen. And honestly, if I would have had my laptop last week, I may have done extra streams in preparation for this, possibly. I may do extra streams in the future. I'm not going to guarantee that, but we'll see. But yes, so the next stream, we're going to lose sound for a second. The next stream is not going to be for 2 weeks. Well, a week and a half, whatever. There's no streams next week, so the next stream is going to be June 10th. Monday, June 10th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time until about 9:30-ish. Now, after next week, we should be back to a fairly normal stream schedule, unless something unplanned comes up. Which might happen, I don't know, who knows. But there's no more, planned time off from streaming. So, we should be back to a pretty regular stream schedule. But, yeah. So, like I said, next stream will be Monday, June 10th. There will be no streams next week. But Monday, June 10th, we'll be back. We'll continue with Lalacal Training Ground. We're going to head over to that Balstar channel and see what's going on over there. So I hope you're excited for that. I know I am. I will see you in a little bit. Good night.